Okay, KMT Line update number 14. It is October 10th, 2020. Yep, still 2020, guys. This is the Waterman Junction layout that's inside. And the outside layout, Jody Junction, has had no work done on it at all. It's still a little too hot to do anything out there in the garage. So that's why I got this. All of the track on Waterman Junction here has now been glued down. All this track that you can see is glued down. I'm still waiting for a turnout that goes here, and then I'll be able to put track here and then farther on down. But track glued and rail joiners soldered. I do soldering on my rail joiners most of the places where I can. Since this is going to be inside and there's not going to be a lot of temperature variations, I went ahead and soldered pretty much all of them. I want to make sure I got good continuity going through this thing. So yeah, the next step is to once I get this track laid down, this turnout in, I will then start drilling the holes and running the feeder wires. Now, one of the things I was also waiting on was some long drill bits. These are 16th inch diameter drill bits, and they are 6 inches long. I needed something extra long to be able to go through all of this. I have a 1/4 inch cork, and then a 1 inch foam, 1/2 inch of Homosote, and then a 1/2 inch of plywood. So I needed long drill bits to get through that. So now that I got that, and once I get this other track in, I'll start running the feeder wires and start doing all that. So that is part one of what I've got going. Hold on a second, we'll go on to part two. And now, some of you guys may remember, I mentioned that I don't have a lot of HON30 rolling stock, narrow gauge rolling stock. In fact, this is the only engine that I have, this box cab. It is a box cab that the body is a box cab that I got from some maker on Shapeways. I don't remember who the actual maker was, but I got that on Shapeways. And then I got these logging disconnect cars. Now I have 4 of these, and that's my rolling stock. That's it. Now the only other thing I have done is I have this. Now this is an 11-104 chassis. As you can see, I've been playing around and I stuck a DCC decoder on it. It is a Digitrax, I think it's a H or 126D, something like that, and then the Keep Alive circuit on there. And so I've been playing around with that and thinking about DCC, but I'm not too sure yet. So anyway, been playing around with that, but it'll fit inside of a box cab also. Now the only real problem I have is that box cab seems to be kind of tall, kind of high. So I stuck one of my figures next to it, and I guess, well, it does look okay. The door is a 7-foot door. I've measured that. Everything else seems to be proper. It just seems a little tall, and I'll show you why here in a second. But again, keep in mind that's my only engine, and it runs very smooth, runs really nice. It runs on this track very well, no issues. Runs on the other big layout, no problems at all, and I kind of like it. It's a smooth runner. Okay, so now let me get set up and I'll show you what I've got. So one of the things I've been busy with over the last few weeks is I went out and bought a kit from Mountain Blue Model, and it is a SR and RL 70 series 28-foot boxcar, HON30, and it was a nice kit. It's a $13.50. Not a bad kit at all. It does require that you go out and buy a whole bunch of additional parts. So the kit actually came with all of the wooden parts, and then you had to get all the other parts. Now the only problem I had was with the trucks. The trucks that they specified come from were originally made by Grant Lines, and now San Juan has that. And the trucks they weren't well made. They're a Delron, they're flimsy, they're crappy, and had some problems with them. So I found some other trucks through Shapeways, and they work out really nice. I have a whole bunch of the trucks. They're an arch bar truck, work out really nice. So this is the box car. Now it's not done yet. It still needs some work. I've gotten some of the other parts for it to finish it up, but it's all wood. It's all nice looking. It is an easy kit to build, and I really kind of like it. It's got some small parts in there that drove my poor eyesight crazy, but looks good. The grab irons on there are nice. I painted it kind of a faded, I don't know, kind of a rust brown. I'm not sure. It is, it's wood, but it's kind of a brown, faded looking, streaked. Still have a lot of work to do on it, and got the roof kind of a little rusty color. Got the couplers on it and everything else. And the arch bar trucks work nice. I get still have the truss wires. I just got the wires in to do the truss wires across here. I still have the brake truss wires across here. I still have the brakes to put in, the brake assembly stuff to put in. So that's pretty nice. But my problem is looking at that thing next to this box cab, and that looks a little short, and I'm not so sure about that. So I guess maybe if you guys give me your opinion on it, I'm going to scratch build more boxcars. In fact, one of the problems is this boxcar will not go around my layout out in the garage. It will not go around the 7.5-inch radius turns that I have on Jody Junction in the narrow gauge part. Won't do it. And I figured it was going to have a problem as I was building it. The trucks don't have a whole lot of movement. So I figured there was going to be a little problem there, and that's not a big deal. So I'm going to scratch build some more box cars, and I'll probably make them 20-footers, but I'm thinking about making them taller also. I don't like the height on this thing. And I think more like an 8-foot or even an 8.5-foot box car, tall by 8 foot wide, would probably look a little bit better. But let me know what you think. And that's that. That's my rolling stock. Box cab, this, and 4 logging disconnect cars. So that's that. Okay, now on to the next thing I have. Okay, so the next thing I have is this. Now I made this out of Sculpey clay, and if I can slide it on back here to get it all in. There we go. This is Sculpey clay. It was made in 3 sections. This base section here, this section, and then this section. And then the 4 columns were made separately. This one's actually a corner column. And then the individual top pieces were made. Then I glued it all to a foam core box and painted the back end of it flat black. And I'm probably going to do some more back here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do back here to hide this or make it look deeper or whatever. But that's that. And then I took some styrene angle pieces and put them in, form the framework around the door or the tunnel portal. And so that's it. I did a little bit of weathering, not a lot. It's got a little bit of rust on it, just very little. And so that is another thing I was working on. And hold on a second, and I'll put it in position, and I'll show you what it's going to look like. Okay, so there it is at the east end of the layout in position. And of course there'll be some foliage up at the top, dirt, foliage, and probably some stuff draping over. I'll probably do a little bit more weathering on it, especially down here in the bottom part. But that's pretty much how it's going to look. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do on the inside. Like I said, I'll figure out something there. Hide that, give a little more detail inside there. But that's about it. Oh, the other thing I have, and let me do this, is I can thank my wife. I conned my wife into painting some clouds for me. So the backdrop now has a bunch of clouds. And she is the artist, I am not, so it turned out pretty nice. Okay, so that's it. Update number 14, October 10th, 2020. Um, for those of you who are watching, thank you very much for watching. For my 40 subscribers, thank you very much. No, I'm not doing this for subscribers, but thank you. And please leave comments. Let me know what you think. Things I could do better, things I could do different, what you'd like to see, anything else. Just, drop a line, just make a comment. And again, thank you for watching. Hope you watched it all and didn't get bored. Uh, so stay safe out there, please. With all the craziness, please stay safe. Take care of yourselves. And again, thank you very much for watching. Take it easy. Bye.